Hi guys, Jez B in the UK, shooting a little video for you re MyAddsUp. It's not the usual update video. Unfortunately, it's more of a warning video. Now, nothing to do with necessarily the program and the functioning, but in the early hours of this morning, 27th of September, which is the Friday, some cheeky so-and-so, I won't say exactly what I thought of them on the video, tried to clear out my cash wallet, basically. If you've watched any of my normal update videos, you'll know that I normally keep a little bit of a buffer in the cash wallet. Now, obviously, with any of these accounts, we've got our user ID, a password, etc. Now, unfortunately, this site doesn't have 2FA, and I'm going to send the owner, Mindy, an email just to see if that's a feature they could possibly add here to give it an extra layer of security. But thankfully, the one layer that they do have, which is they send an email out when you make a withdrawal request from the program, they actually will send you an email that has a code in it that you actually click a link on that email. You insert the code onto the MyAddsUp site, and it goes from a waiting status to pending. Now, fortunately for me, in the early hours of the morning, I got up to get a glass of water, just happened to scan the phone, and I just not long received an email saying that there was a MyAddsUp withdrawal request had gone through. And I'm sort of looking at this thing saying, well, that's not right because I haven't put a request through. And lo and behold, yeah, there was $540 odd that I had sat there. Yeah, somebody had put a request through. But the scary thing was, and this now has flagged up to me the importance of, I thought with my Gmail I had put an extra security level in, but whether I'd turned it off at some stage or done whatever. This is the whole point of doing this email now, is to just say how important it is to make sure you've got 2FA also on your Gmail accounts or any email account if it offers you that service, rather than just relying on a site having a security layer as well. Because I'm going to show you the next bit and you'll understand why. So if I take you through to the withdrawals page, obviously the account balance is now at 56, which is fine because the last legitimate withdrawal request was actually put in by myself, where I took 500 off of the cash wallet. Because with these, literally what happened, you can see here on the 26th of the 9th at 23:45 Chicago time. Now obviously it was I think it was around about 5:45 in the UK. This first request went through, and that was for the whole amount that was on the cash wallet, less the 3% fee. Now, normally, if someone has initiated that and have managed to get onto the site somehow to do that, I certainly haven't given my password out to anyone, so how they've done it, I don't know. And it went to normally it would go to a waiting status, and then obviously until you get the email through, open the email, click the link, and then put the passcode in on the verify page, which if you've watched any of my recent update videos, you'll see how that works. But this was actually showing as pending, the first one. So I thought, well, how the hell has anyone managed to do that? Because that would lead you to believe not only have they got into my MyAddsUp account, they've actually managed to have access to my Gmail account as well. So obviously I was pretty hot off the mark, because usually admin here would take at least 6 to 8 hours to process a withdrawal request. So I thought literally I was within a few minutes of that email coming to me. So I obviously cancelled it out. You can obviously click the thing, go through, put the same code into the cancel option, which I did, and then proceeded to send an email to support, blah blah blah, and started looking into what was going on with my Gmail. But you can see the cheeky so-and-sos have obviously realised I've cancelled it, and then literally half an hour later they tried again. And obviously I'm hiding my Bitcoin addresses, but whoever this scamming git is, I don't give a monkeys about showing their wallet addresses, because I don't know if there's any way of tracking back or exactly who that is or whatever. And then I thought, well, stuff this, I'm just not leaving anything hanging around on the account. So I've taken the bulk of it out. There's about $50 there. Now, if anyone's going to go to the attempt of trying to nab that $50, good luck to them. But obviously, I've gone back into my Gmail. I've made sure that I've got extra layers there now. And the key thing, and that's why I'm doing this video, guys, just make sure, especially if the program you're on doesn't have 2FA. Now, in fairness, that email sort of situation on MyAddsUp is quite good, because you obviously get the email that flags someone's made a withdrawal attempt. You then can, not only could it be authorized, but it can be cancelled via that email. And usually the quickest I've ever had from MyAddsUp might be about 3 hours, but it's never an instant withdrawal. So that's another good layer that I'm pretty certain they're doing a manual processing of withdrawal requests, which is also good. But yeah, in the absence of any 2FA being installed on the site, I would definitely say make sure that your email account has 2FA set up on it. Basically, with 2FA, it would just mean you would be notified on a personal device that nobody else should have access to. So whether that's your phone, could be a tablet or anything like that. But there's other ways that Google will need extra information from you before anyone can access the account. So yeah, unfortunately, there are some scamming gits out there who will try and do shit like this. But also, note to self, you know, it's just not worth leaving larger amounts on a platform now. I mean, up until now, I've had no issues. I've been in this since, what, 21st of April. You know, and never had an attempt or anyone trying to do this before. Certainly, I've seen 1 or 2 people in the Facebook group have mentioned it happening. I'm not sure if my sponsors possibly had it attempted as well. I'm not too sure. But the disadvantage is, obviously, if you're a YouTuber and you're putting content out there, people can see, you know, the amounts you're kind of earning, etc. So it possibly makes you more of a target. But, you know, at the end of the day, kind of lesson learned, really. You've just got to be a bit more vigilant. And certainly with regards to linking email accounts. Obviously, there's a couple of other things I've asked admin to do for me here. Yeah, so that's the purpose of the email, really, guys. Just to say, be wary. Make sure you are using 2FA on all aspects connected to an account. Now, hopefully, somewhere along the line, MyAddsUp will add that as well. But as I say, thankfully, at least the email layer system they have in place did at least give me some form of protection. But let's say for some reason, my only concern was the fact that it had gone to pending, and if I hadn't have checked in on my emails or anything for, say, 6 to 8 hours, the worry would have been that could have been paid out. So you can appreciate how concerned I was when I saw what was going on. So, yeah, just a quick heads up, guys. I don't want to do a lengthy video here, but just, you know, if you haven't done it already, make sure that any email account you have linked to MyAddsUp, you have put 2FA on it. Now, will that 100% guarantee something couldn't happen again? I don't know, guys, because it's difficult at this stage to say, is there a way they've got any information off of the site? Hopefully not. But the only way that those 2 withdrawals could have gone to pending is by having access to the code and the link that would have got them back onto the site for the verification. So in my head at the moment, it's kind of veering more towards it was the email account. But equally, they've obviously got in here in the first place to actually, you know, get your user ID and password. And again, how they've managed to get a password off of this system, I do not know, because I don't share that with anybody, and it's never been visible in any of my videos, etc. So that's it, really, guys. Just a bit of a warning. Be careful, you know, what you're doing, and make sure you are maximizing your security with 2FA on your email accounts as well that link to any programs that you're in. Okay, guys, that's it for this one. Obviously, when I do the next update, I'll hopefully be able to confirm that I've got the amount that's gone through now. And yeah, we'll just make sure we keep the cash wallet to a very, very kind of tiny amount. So there we go. Anyway, guys, I hope you have a great Thursday. I hope you have a great Friday even. And I will see you on the next one. Take care. Hi, guys. Just a little add-on to the video that I've just shot. Obviously, if you're new to the whole 2FA thing and everything, for instance, if you have a Gmail account, simple way, just go to Google, guys, and if you type in setting up 2FA on Gmail account, obviously if you've got Yahoo or any other email account, you could type that in and hopefully that will bring up things. But obviously Gmail is a commonly used email account, so we click search. You will see, obviously that's an ad at the top, don't worry about the ad. You can come down to the basic instruction here, which will be visit Google, you get started, you sign into your Gmail account. There usually is a security tab on the left hand side. If you click on that security option, one of the boxes you want that will come up is where you sign into your Gmail account, and then you can actually add the 2FA option. Now what they can do, they'll either send sort of a yes/no option, have you just signed in? What I would advise is to take it a step further and actually use the Google Authenticator app, or this is another one, Authy is another one that some people use. This one is probably better if you actually lose your device, because there's other ways you can get that code or access back, if you like. But certainly when you go through, if you've got the option to use the Google Authenticator on your phone, that's what I'd actually recommend you do. But as I say, if you log into your Gmail account, you'll see some of the options you have on the left hand side. When you get the scroll down options on settings, you would just click security and then follow the instructions that apply to signing into your account. Okay guys, that's just in case you're a bit concerned of 2FA, what is that, where do I go to even get it started. So say if you've got Gmail, Google will sort of lead you through. Avoid anything that's got an ad thing in there, because they might be charging you to do it. You don't need to pay anyone to set it up for you, it's free on your Google. Or obviously if you're in your Google account, you can go to settings, and usually you'll have the security option that will show up. Okay guys, hope that helps, and see you on the next one.